Leo Tolstoy said, "Every great story is either a man goes on a journey or a stranger comes to town." If he knew that's how his lines could be interpreted, he would have gone out the Hemingway. Why does the film begin by thanking the entire industry? A guy invests in the film and asks the makers to thank him at the beginning of the film, takes his wife and kids to see the film, tells his kids, say, "Yeah, see, they're thanking me for helping out with the film. Yeah, see, that's my name. Yeah, yeah, yeah." And after the film is over, the kids thank God the film is over. What if it's a southern film and the makers write your name in Tamil or Telugu? Is that your name, Dad? Yeah, yeah. It's my name. How can you tell? Do you know? Shut the fuck up and eat your fucking popcorn. It's a good parody movie if it is one of those dumb Hindi dubbed South Indian movies. I'm gonna roast some scenes from the movie. In the first scene, the president is reading that letter and it is being narrated by the voiceover of that girl. Imagine someone with a bad voice writing that letter. प्रेसिडेंट हमारे गांव में बहुत बहुत बुरा हुआ बुरे लोग आए हुआ shut the fuck up, burn this letter. And what are these chopped off thumbs doing here, huh? Am I supposed to clip their nails or what? Get. So a bunch of guys from the village chop off their thumbs and put it in a box and send it to the president with a letter narrating their pain. And Randeep finds out about this and ambushes them on their way home and slashes them all to death. So Randeep's line in this scene is, "हर चीज में उंगली नहीं करते." The guys before dying must be thinking, if that's how we were gonna die, why the fuck did we inflict so much pain upon us by chopping off our fucking thumbs? So one of Sunny Deol's dialogue is, "ये धरती मेरी माँ है and माँ के वो blah blah," that ancient dialogue. If this land is your mother, why are you banging and smashing these goons in your mother? What sadistic fetishes do you have? And why is that girl crazy for eating soil? She loves her mother and that's her way of showing affection. In this scene, a female cop has a rod stuck on her back, and Sunny with the other cops are screaming koi hai," that fucking line. Saying, I don't know why this koi hai line in every fucking movie. Let's say there are people. How the fuck are they gonna help with a rod stuck on someone's back? Do you expect to find a doctor in a place like this? In the same scene, an old woman shows herself and offers some water. Exactly. Water. This is exactly what she needs. She has been screaming in pain for so long. She is thirsty, and water is gonna help her scream better. I'm not thirsty. I want this rod taken out of me, you imbeciles. When they offered her water, she died instantly. Not because of the pain. She could not take that stupidity anymore. She, pushed that rod as deep as she could to get away from these morons. How is slapping the shit out of your brother in front of someone who kicked his ass help in restoring his honor? Was Sunny Deol purposefully acting bad? Because you see the 90s films like Ghayal, Ghatak, Gadar, and the acting is not great or even good, just watchable. But in this film, it looks like he's deliberately trying to sound and act as bad as he can. He's angry at the director or something, and he knows the director doesn't understand Hindi well, so he cannot tell if he's screwing up his lines on purpose. The purpose of the protagonist was not bad. I like films with character motivations like this, where the villain messes with the wrong guy who was not trying to pick any fight, like Gangster Cop Devil, John Wick, or A Man from Nowhere. The villain unknowingly messes with the wrong guy, and our hero wreaks havoc on his world. Was the film celebrating Sunny Deol's larger-than-life persona? Larger than life in the sense it's so illogical and dim-witted that life cannot make sense of it. The director did the best to make the worst film he can, and kudos to him. He set the bar as low as he can for himself, and now anything he makes, people will appreciate that for not going any lower than that. It's a great idea. Make the worst film you can, so anything you make later on, people will love it. So in this scene, Sunny is consoling that old lady, telling her, "I'll avenge all your loved ones' death." And the camera pulls focus to all these lady cops standing, staring at Sunny, going, "Bro, you promised us first. You remember that? You promised to take revenge for us first. You met us first. You remember that? And we suffered more than her. We don't have to tell you that. She does not have much long left to live in her God-forsaken life. What the fuck is she gonna do with all that revenge and all? What the fuck did she do in her fucking stupid life? The best thing I think she did was, offer us some water, and that too could not save my friend." Just know your priorities. Get your priorities right. I know. Let me just console her. She's an poor old woman. She's gonna forget everything I say the very next minute. The bad cops who Sunny killed were right in their stance. They were making fun of the lady officers for going there alone, thinking they could arrest Rana. They were rational. They knew they couldn't do jack shit, so why bother? And Sunny goes, "तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आती लड़कियों का मजाक उड़ाते?" And the female cops are like, "Sunny, we are not offended because he's making fun of women. Comedy is the last of our concerns. Read the room, man. Now is no time to be a feminist. So the Sunny says to these bad cops, "इज्जत करना दीवार पर ही नहीं दिल पे भी लिखो." And the cops are like, first of all, where in the world has anyone written this garbage? Why would we write that if we don't even bother backing them up? Second of all, how do we write anything in our heart? Do we inscribe it in our chest? But then it will be covered by our clothes, and then we will have to take them off before women to show them that we respect them. But then you cannot blame me for sexual harassment. And another dialogue by Sunny to those cops is that एक लड़की सच लेके आई थी और आज वो मिट्टी खा रही है. Well, man, that's not on us. We did not ask her to do that. There are so many thousands of villagers who have been oppressed for years. They are eating food like regular people. She's eating that. That's not our fault. So a cop strips a girl in public and Sunny strips him in front of everyone. How is that a payback? A six-pack abs musclehead is gonna feel embarrassed because he's shirtless. The film ends with everyone taking their best shot at Rana's nuts while Sunny grabs Rana by the collar. What kind of a sadistic film is that? Rana's wife strips the female cops and Sunny strips a corrupt cop. Then he bangs all these guys on his mother, and in the end everyone plays with Rana's balls. Great movie.